Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
Today is one of those days in my house where I have no food in the house, and what that actually translates to is I have lots of random food in the house and none of it looks like it's going to make a meal right now, and I haven't been shopping for a little while, so today's going to be a rummage through my kitchen for the whole day and try and make meals. I kind of like days like this. It makes you try new things, it makes you experiment with your food, it makes you dig right to the back of your freezer and put out something that's probably been sitting there a bit too long. We're at the moment, obviously because of the pandemic and self-isolation, we are trying to only do our food shop once every 2-ish weeks. I don't know what other people are doing. I don't know if every 2 weeks is too often or too little. I would love to know how often you're doing your shopping. I've started the day with a black coffee and all of my multivitamins. Lawrence always brings me a black coffee first thing in the morning, and my multivitamins, I've added a couple new vitamins to my daily vitamin intake. So I take a cod liver oil tablets every single morning. That's great for your omegas. I take a vitamin C. We've all got to have a bit of vitamin C. I also take a vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential, especially on a day like today when it's rainy and grey outside. I'm not going to get very much vitamin D, so I like to take vitamin D every single day now, and do you know what? That is actually a difference in my life. I also take a CoQ10. Google the benefits of doing that, but I've been really enjoying taking CoQ10, and I think that's it. Oh, I sometimes take a probiotic and I occasionally take a B12. Yes, I take a lot of vitamins, but I've actually been really noticing massive improvements. So that's all been eaten or swallowed this morning, and I've already drunk a whole bottle of water. So yeah, it's about 10:30 now. This time is when I start getting hungry. It takes me a long time in the mornings to get hungry, which means now we can go and make breakfast. We can rustle something up from the fridge or the cupboards or whatever we find, but we've got to be a bit inventive today. I normally practice a kind of intuitive eating, so therefore I eat what I fancy rather than trying to restrict myself. I had a very funny, weird relationship with food growing up, so now I try not to like trigger that off again with restricting myself with what I eat. So for example, this morning I'm really craving something sweet. I did look at chocolate lying around my house and I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to have a chocolate bar for breakfast this morning. That won't make me feel great. But I can have something sweet, but also healthy. So I will show you my embarrassing cereal cupboard. It needs sorting. I've also got some random crisps in there. Anyway, I was thinking of just having some Choco Snaps because I really fancy them, and the ones from Tesco are the best. But I want something a little bit more substantial because I'm doing a lot of home workouts at the moment. So I've decided I'm going to have some rice cakes, some peanut butter, and one of my very, very ripened bananas. And I'm also going to have it with a black tea. I always have a black tea.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your
Peanut butter on some rice cakes with banana. I know it's like highly sugary, but do you know what? It's what I fancy. And a nice black tea. I'm actually going to sprinkle some ground cinnamon on top. Cinnamon's actually really good for you. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, and I really fancy some ground cinnamon. So I'm going to sprinkle this on top, and it's basically Christmas in this household this morning.
rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly overgrown.
Delicious. I'm so glad I went for that for breakfast. The peanut butter and the banana gives you a lot of energy. It will keep me going for a long time. That was a good breakfast and I'm very, very happy and very satisfied. And just as I grab myself some lunch, just to note, I have actually already drunk 2 of these today. I don't know how much it holds. I think it's like 1.75 I think, but I will put up on screen exactly what it holds. Now 1:10 I've not actually snacked yet. The breakfast I had quite late and it was very, very filling, very, very satisfying. Yeah, let's go to the kitchen and see what we can rustle up lunch-wise. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of food that's about to go out of date being added to my plate, just so it doesn't go out of date. Oh, I have a leftover piece of Rocky Road. I'm definitely going to eat that later. Got a bowl here, but the contents that need eating. This is called Gobi 65. It's essentially like Bang Bang cauliflower from Wagamama's, but Indian version. It's delicious, unbelievable. And we had some left over and we put it in the fridge. I forgot to eat it yesterday, so I'm going to eat it today. I'll warm that up. I've got some rocket that needs eating, celery, which is getting close to its past date, so I'm going to cut some celery up. Oh, forgot we had these. One of these, some sliced beetroot. I have to be really careful with this stuff because it stains. I also might treat myself to these. These are the spicy sriracha tortilla chips. We love them. They're ridiculously addictive.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town.
And this is my very peculiar lunch of bits and bobs. So we have the Gobi 65 here. I'll have to put down in the comments, or you can ask me on Instagram how to make this, but Lawrence made it. It's delicious, it's a little bit spicy, I love it. It's vegan. I also have a big pile of rocket. It needs eating. I always add some sesame seed oil on top of my rocket with some smoked sea salt, which I got from Aldi. It's absolutely delicious, really nice. We've been putting it on nearly everything. I'm also going to have a little satsuma, so that's a bit random. Cut up pickled beetroot. I really like that stuff at the moment. It's delicious. I should be growing my own soon, so that'd be interesting. And some celery. But I find when I have like a lunch that has lots of crunch, it's a lot more satisfying. So I've got lots of crunch and different textures in this lunch, and it's all relatively healthy, to be honest.
See it now. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open.
Okay, lunch is done. I finished most of my lunch. Lawrence had a little bit of the Gobi 65. It was delicious. It's definitely better fresh though, because when you reheat it, it goes a little bit soft. And then normally after lunch, I like to treat myself to a sweet treat. It's kind of like a lunch pudding. Does anyone else have a lunch pudding? It's a toss up between one of these, which are the Aldi Cherry Bakewell tarts. We actually taste tested these in a video, and these are so much better than the branded ones. I'm not even just saying it just because I love Aldi. These are actually a lot better. They've got so much more flavour. So I may have one of these, or my last piece of homemade Rocky Road, but I kind of want to save that till later maybe. Or in here, my biscuit tin, which is an old panettone tin. It's really hard to do this. I like to have a couple of bourbons because these are accidentally vegan. And I've realised so far today, I have been accidentally vegan. I get a lot of questions about this. Some people aren't very happy about my diet, but most of what we eat is actually vegetarian or vegan, and we do it accidentally because we just enjoy lots of different foods.
Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out.
I'm getting tired. I've been out for a walk. I've done a home exercise. It's raining outside. Got in from our walk about 10 minutes ago, and it was a really nice walk. We went together today and it was really nice, but it's the afternoon now and I'm starting to like fall asleep. So I'm going to snack on something. I'm actually eating a lot today. I forgot to have these earlier, didn't I, with my lunch? You didn't remind me, but I'm going to have some now. tea, which, by the way, is our favourite. We love that. We drink so many of those. And as always, I've got my raw carrots. I snack on at least 2 carrots a day, or 1 large one, especially at this time of day, because this is the time of day where I will go for so much sweet stuff. Okay, it is early evening now. Let the light adjust. I've actually got a jumper back on. I thought it was like the end of jumper wearing, hoodie wearing type weather, but it's grey and miserable outside, which is probably why I'm so hungry today. But I'm going to start getting dinner ready. It's going to be a rummage around the fridge and or freezer for our dinner tonight. I think I have like a kind of vague idea what I want to do. I definitely know that I've got the barbecue chipotle, I think, flat buns that I froze in the freezer from Aldi. And we really want them. So I have a couple of onions. I'm just going to chop those up. I remembered we have this. Peppers are great for filling out a kind of meal. So I'm going to grab a handful of these. Whenever I cook, I want them to end up in these barbecue flat buns. I found this in the cupboard, which is an old El Paso fajita seasoning mix. This is the smoky barbecue one. Just a little side note, this says mild, but I find this really spicy. I think this is so spicy, but it can be quite nice. I know I have this parsnip, which has definitely seen better days, but I think it will be absolutely fine if I wash it, chop it up and bake it. I've also got an avocado which I can make maybe a little bit of guacamole with. So I think I have just about enough to make a kind of vegetable fajita style thing with all of my herbs and seasonings as well.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time.
Okay, dinner is served. I think it's turned out really well. Shoveling things from the fridge and freezer into a meal, don't you?
Yeah, I think it looks really good. It smells amazing.
Considering this morning we woke up thinking, oh, we have nothing in, what are we gonna have for dinner? So we've got the barbecue flat buns from Aldi. They smell delicious. I'm about to try it. I will let you know what we think. We have the parsnips, which were roasted with the onions and the peppers, and then that, like, loads of garlic herbs, stuff like that, the fajita mix. And then Lawrence made a kind of guacamole, and we do have grated cheese. Without the cheese, this is completely vegan. I was saying that I've had an accidentally completely vegan day, which is quite often. Anyway, let's eat. Let's importantly try these flat buns, and I'm very excited about them.
Reaching for the grand. As
Thoughts?
willows align,
Really good. But who knew that parsnip would taste like Mexican food?
I know.
But it actually does. It's kind of like sweet potato.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? What do you think of the flat buns? I really like them.
Flat buns are great.
How nice will they be with hummus?
It'd be unbelievable with hummus. But like, amazing with anything. Like you get a nice burger in there.
Yeah.
Whether that's like a vegan thing or like maybe like a chicken breast fillet with some nice mayo and salad. They're really good, and yeah, they're funny shape, but they're amazing.
dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond the unknown. A bigger scale, the world